Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. Oh, the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the data. FOMO index has dumped down to 63 from yesterday's 72. Bitcoin dominance 63.6%. 24-hour volumes 105 billion. The overall market cap 2.87 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, amidst a full day of bullish fundamentals and never-ending announcements of major Bitcoin purchases, the price still managed to take a dip, but we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump. 98.5-ish. Now some possible retracements on a Wednesday cool-off. Could be, but doesn't have to happen. First down at the 23.6% fib at 92.7, followed by the 38.2% fib, which is also this channel's resistance, down at 91.6-ish. Lord love a dark. She didn't do just that. After peaking out yesterday at 94.6, the market caught wind of a $3 billion Bitcoin purchase plan by the Bitcoin kid himself, Jackie Mays, and the price started to dip for the rest of the day, finding a bottom and a bounce at 91.6, and has bounced slightly back up to, at time of production, 92.2, keeping us above all three moving averages and in the lower east side of our channel of eternal monotony, carving out this cat little bull flag, and the price probability of this pattern is, and sing it with me now. Oh, you take the pull, you slide it all, the breakout point, and then we're all at 100K-ish. Such a psychological little so-and-so. Now overrun the ding-dong. You can see we did make a textbook retest of the 111-day moving average. Hopefully that bounce pushes us back up today, but I say if we mince word jive turkey consolidate in or around this level all weekend long, we will build out the handle on this cute little cup and handle pattern, and the price probability of this pattern is, and sing it with me now. Oh, you take the pull, you slide it all, the breakout point, and then we're all in 109K-ish. Why? That's the old all-time high. Get in on those volumes. Yeah, they're okay. What is a pull? That's what I was thinking today.
what the hell's these polls? You know, all you hear is, you know, a recent poll suggests this, and then the recent poll suggests that. I'm like, who the hell are answering these polls first? Because guess who's never been asked to do a poll in his life? Me. And I don't know one single person in my whole world, like of everyone I know, I don't know anyone who's answered a poll. Now, my sneaking suspicion is that the people that answer the polls are old people because they're just sitting by their landline. Bring, bring. And then they answer it. Hello? Yeah, this is Angus Reid. We're just doing a poll on who you think is the best, this or that. And then they answer it. And they probably can't get the old people off the phone. They're like, we're good. We just wanted the one question. We just had the one question. And thank you. Thank you very much for your time. And click. And they probably get hung up on. So who are these people that answer the polls? And I guess that when you see the polls and you're like, wow, that doesn't make any sense. It's because it's generally these old people that are answering their landlines. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone has ever got a call from a polling company on their, and Jerry C answered a PMB YouTube poll once. If anyone's got a call on their cell phone to do a poll, I'd like to know if you have, because then you'd be the first one I've ever heard of. Dave Digital, I don't take no stinking recommendations from a dang poll. Yeah, that's, but it always blows my mind. But guess who listens to these polls? I was just about to say their name and who they are in response to the relationship to myself. So just some people that I know in the family that will regurgitate these polls. Wow, you know, the poll's saying this, the poll's saying that. And then I started thinking, is the modern day poll, or maybe I should ask this question. Let me know. Let me know. What is your interpretation of the comment section of media? So, for instance, my X feed. Nothing gets me more excited than a juicy little post than going into the comment section. It's like, I'd rather just read the comments than sometimes I don't even read the video or watch the video. I'll just be like, these will have good comments. And then I go into it. So now, is the comment section today's modern day version of the general population's poll? Or is it the trolls' polls, so to speak? The only people commenting are the trolls. Because sometimes I definitely don't see, well, that's not true. Whenever I see a juicy, spicy post, I can almost assume that the comments will be 100% destroying them. Now, when I see a political post, say in Canada anyway, for some reason, every time this year, something happens to my voice. I don't know what it is, the snow mold or something, but it gets verklempt, if that's the word. Whenever I see a political troll or a political poll, let's say for, I don't know, Carney, all the comments will be very polite, which means like, I don't see these polite comments under anything, you know, and it almost, I don't know, displays like someone would never say those things. Like it would be something like, is snow mold a thing, Storm Jason video? Because like I like to think it is, rather than, you know, me just my voice, losing my voice or whatever. So if it's snow mold, it'll maybe subconsciously it'll make me feel better. So these polite posts, they kind of sound like this. You are greatly right this is one of those changing moments in time. You know, something like that. Like, I don't see comments like that on the other side. So like the true comments, the troll polls, let's call them, they're like, you know, go F yourself, you effing piece of shit. You know, that's right to the chase. You know, and then the polite ones sound like some sort of awkward robot that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't even know what the hell. Listen, we talked about this. This is an absolutely normal retracement right back to our channel of Eternal Monotony's support. Right at 91.6. Now, we'll get back to 91.6 in a second because, you know, well, you know what I mean about that. Bullishly speaking, next resistance would be at 95.6. Will we hit there? I mean, sentiment's pretty wildly bullish, I find. It doesn't affect the price, though, even though it's almost like a inertia sentiment. Price goes up. People get bullish as the price retraces. They're still bullish, and then they get poopy pants. Like, well, what the hell? Because the price retraced, but they're still in the euphoric bullishness of a 12% run. And that's where we are now. Everyone went from bullish euphoria to, well, what the hell? Well, what the hell? Because all you hear, you know, 3 billion from 21, you know, they're starting out with 42,000 Bitcoin. So that represents a buy that is probably already baked in. Obviously, they bought it a long time ago, if it even is that. Long story short, I think sometimes I'll make some videos sharing my X feed because it's so crazy. It's like, what was that show, My Horrible Addiction or My Beautiful Addiction or something like that, where they had these wild addictions, like people ate glue or something, you know what I mean? I'd like to make videos just to show what the algorithm is showing me. My horrible algorithm. It's unbelievable what it shows me. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong, but it's like, is this representative of my imagination? Is this what's kind of, you know, getting me all X'd up in the morning when I should be doing other things? So 95.6 is where we would regain the bullish euphoria. Right now we're in the, this is BS. We should have went up 24%, not just 12%. Anyway, that's bullishly speaking. Now there's the 91.6, so we'll get to in a second because it'll be best represented probably in a chart. On the ding dong, classic retest of the 111-day moving average that I put in here just to let everyone know. There's certain metrics that you just need to know are bull market metrics. One is above the 200 moving average on the daily. The daily. Got to be the daily. For a chart, who cares? On the daily. Got to be over the 200 movers. Just like that's the starting block. 200 moving average. Doesn't mean we're hella bullish. It just means we're in the bullish upswing again. Still waiting on that don't date list for women. Oh, yeah. Well, Bruce Mai, I did. Oh, yeah. No. So you're mixing it up. It's the never dates were for men, right? I already did that one. But I'm going to do, no. For women. That's right. Yeah. It was for women. It was 5 never dates for men. I have the video kind of locked and loaded. I've been waiting to release it as a standalone evergreeny one on one of these mornings where there's nothing to talk about almost today, but we did retrace to exactly where I said it would go. So there's that. There's that. So the don't date was for women. I also have 5 never dates coming for men. And they're not what you think. I mean, there are some low-hanging fruit that would make sense that are overlining because they share some of the attributes that make people not want to date them. But at the same time, chest tats. At the same time, what makes you not want to date them in the end is what made you want to date them in the beginning. Anyway, I was going to do that this week too, but there's just been some movement on the chart, so it's might as well squeeze all the technical analysis you can out of a small move in this super disengaged bull run that that it's just, it's weird because I said this before about Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. If you were to ask most people you know in friendly conversation, not the yeah, keep on reminding me because I will do it one of these days, Bruce, when there's like, let's say nothing moves today. Well, I'll probably release it tomorrow, right? It's locked and loaded, or I might release it today. I don't know. I got to go out of town for a gig here around 11 a.m. So maybe today won't be the day. Anyway, in friendly conversation, if you ask, just some normie about the World Economic Forum, they won't have any idea what it is. They won't even have heard of it. And you think, pianomattyb. People have obviously heard of the WEF, even though they don't know what it is. Well, no, they haven't. They haven't. One of the other YouTube channels I follow says, this will be the loneliest bull run. Yeah, it is. Well, this is the funniest thing too. I talk with a lot of some of the YouTube creators, and it's all the same. Like the retail, as far as newbies coming into the market, aping in like 2020, it's not here. It's not here. So it is fundamentally different this time around than it was in 2020. That being said, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Klaus Schwab. So they don't know what World Economic Forum is, so they obviously don't know what Klaus Schwab is. I asked the guy, an older guy, this Jewish man at the squash club, we were talking about Israel and Palestine and stuff like that, because I love to hear like opinions from people that, are deeply invested in it. Me, I have no skin in the game. So I look at it and go, I don't get it. What the hell? I don't get it. I don't get it. But, being a 75-year-old Jewish man, he has a different take on it. And it came around, as everything does to Bitcoin when you have a conversation with me, and then the World Economic Forum and the intentions of them. And then, of course, Klaus Schwab, who's basically his age. No idea. No idea. He's very deep into immigration. He's very, very deep into climate change. All the kind of boomer-esque CNN head nodding points. Deeply into it. However, has no idea what the World Economic Forum is or who Klaus Schwab is, if you can believe it. Like, I thought he was like bullshitting me. Like, you're in immigration. You're neck deep in the global climate change BS. How can you not know about World Economic Forum? This is like where all that stuff spews from. It's like the sewage. We have these trucks in Victoria Beach that come suck out septic tanks, the poop trucks we call it. And I didn't know this, but there's this lagoon, deep in some corner by the dump, where they just drive their poop trucks. They take the hose, they turn on the machine and open up the hose and just. That's like the World Economic Forum. Like all the crap that, people are dying to eat up, they're just sitting there with their mouths open, comes from the WEF. I didn't really put it that way to the guy. But anyway, he has no idea what the hell WEF is. So you got to ask yourself, if people don't even know what that is, do we live in our own walled garden of, I don't know, geopolitical information that no one really knows about? It's like, I don't believe it, because my horrible Twitter feed, I think that's what I'll call the videos, is all that stuff. Klaus Schwab, WEF, Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, Ben Shapiro, people fighting, knockout punches. I can go on and on and on. This is what and then Bitcoin stuff. So anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about there. The weekly chart is looking great. It's looking good. She's looking healthy. Oh, I got this here. Get rid of this thing. You can't see it. she's a noisy little so-and-so, don't get me wrong. But we are, three red candles. Yeah, see, PTSD. I'm so used to saying red candles. 3 green candles in a row. Geez, we haven't seen that since we got into this bullish mess in the first place. Carl Elder says 99% of people are just plain stupid, ignorant, simple as that, honesty. Yeah, like I agree with you 100%. And to a certain degree, I don't find fault in them because they're in their own walled garden of diversions. So they read the paper, they watch the news. Like, they are the people in Plato's wall. They are just sitting there watching shadow puppets, thinking that that is what the world is. And, we all know that it isn't. So after they're done watching the shadow puppets on their Plato's wall, I'm trying to get this angled right, they immerse themselves in fiction. And so now they're into the programming, right? So all the TV shows they watch, all the movies they watch are just more programming for them to have those little gaps in their brain to look at the Plato's wall again and go, oh yeah, well this is like the movie, it is like the TV show I've watched. This is all, so they're all correlated. Anyway, I don't know what I got in here. 3 green candles in a row. That's right. We're bullish. We haven't seen that since we got into this bullish mess back in November. Can you imagine that? We haven't had 3 green candles in a row on the weekly since November. It's hard to make sense now that we say it, now that we put it into perspective. We have been, hella bearish since the inauguration. So it's been, it's gone down. Haas and Pfeffer. Good morning, folks. Missed the boutique community. It's been a minute, a long minute. That's right. Yeah, well, that's what the loneliest bull run in the world. It's funny because the loneliest bull run in the world, that was kind of the reason I wrote that song, The Loneliest Lamborghini in the World. It was the same premise, is that you sit here and you try to tell people this and that about Bitcoin, save your dynastic wealth. They're ripping you off. The currency is being debased. All this stuff, and at the end of the day, how many people have listened to me besides the YouTube community? But we're kind of all on the same page anyway, so it's a little bit of like a choir back and forth. The people in real life, you've seen, if you've watched the piano stream, you've seen me say, does anyone here own Bitcoin? And then I have to put on the cricket sound because there's been one person in the 3 years of the GEMINI that is actually some stranger, right? But that doesn't even matter. I'm talking about people I know. Like, I have relationships with, some are in my family. The amount of, they haven't bought any Bitcoin. It's crazy, right? So it's like, that's where the concept of loneliest Lamborghini in the world, once Bitcoin goes through the roof, like, think about this, how different all of your lives will be, once Bitcoin attains the concept of scarcity. That's what's missing here, is that because we generally live in a world of abundance, we don't fully understand scarcity. The closest we've ever come to understanding scarcity was the toilet paper debacle back in 2020. And that was even just kind of mass hysteria formation too. It wasn't like we were out of toilet paper. And what a weird thing to go crazy about anyway. But I put it to this way. I was asking, I kind of set a friend up. He's like, yesterday we text like once every 6 months, right? And so I texted him, imagine if there was 250,000 water aqueducts left on Earth and all the governments and institutions were desperately trying to buy them up. Would that worry you? And he went into a big, like, he replied, yeah, and then, bad things about the centralization of any type of resource. And I'm like, well, then I text back. Now imagine that's Bitcoin, because that's what's left on the exchanges. You know, that's what we're dealing with here. No reply. So, I mean, we do our best. We try to educate our friends and family as much as we can. But, you know, like I said before, you can't save them all. I think this might be the reason why we're a little bit stalled out here, is the Dixie's kind of been like slightly green, but it's more just the consolidating pattern down here. We did break this support level, crucial support level. Now we're probably going to fight back. I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of comes back. But this is why 91.6, this, you know, we've taken screenshots of this. This is dicey because I would like to, for sure, I don't want to scare anybody here, but we got to close this weekly candle above 91.6. I mean, I've been harping on this for ad nauseum. It's probably the most important metric that I've ever harped on, especially for this, because last bull run, we didn't know what the hell was going on. We didn't fully accept. We were in denial for a long time. But this 91.6, if we are to not candle close this on the weekly, I'd be a little bit worried. Because as you know, this is that metric. If we can't get above it, we slip into a bear market. You can back test this on your own. Just go to the weekly chart and draw Fibonacci from the blow off top to the first retracement, big one, you know, probably a 30% or whatever. And then you'll find the 38%. So do it yourself. But I mean, I've done it for a year. It's a 38.2% Fib, 91.6. We just, you know, for the love of God, can we not just close above the weekly chart, close the candle, 91.6, and everything's hunky-dory?
Make sure you like and subscribe.